You must prove to the court that yes, he has deceived you to the extent that everybody around knows that you are in a relationship, and then probably have gone to the extent of even committing you by probably engaging you, maybe in a dramatic way, engagement, surprise. Somebody may be in a relationship for like 10 years, which is very unusual. For like 10 years in a relationship, trying to get married to somebody, and then all of a sudden that person will disappoint that person. And another perspective, somebody will be in a relationship maybe just for a year, but the level of commitment and investment, I would say, put in that, the person that has spent 10 years may not have done what that person within 1 year has done. There are people that may come up with framed up charges and then stories and get witnesses to back them up. It is left for the other party now to come up with the true perspective of what happened, so that the judge now will look at it and say, okay, these people now lie on they lie, and then give judgment.
Hello, welcome back to the live podcast. It's your safe space. My name is Mercy Jumbo, and I have my co-host here with me.
Reflector.
All right. So, have you been in this situation where most of the time our uncles from our father's side especially promise you school fees or promise to do something for you, and at the end they break your heart, they disappoint you? You know how painful those kind of experiences used to be when you are disappointed by somebody that you hold with high esteem or someone you trust for your hand. The way that kind of thing they came. Yeah. So we are going to talk about that, but in the aspect of marriage. All right. And English people call it breach to marriage. And breach to what?
Breach of promise.
Sorry. Okay. English people call it breach of promise to marry, right? And we are going to be talking about it according what the law says about breach of promise to marry. Okay, and today we have a returning guest in the person of Barrister AI Ibrahim.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. Thank
How
you
is
for
today?
Fine, sir.
coming.
Thank you.
And yes, I know we've met Barrister in one or two of our shoots. And as we all know, he makes the things of he makes law very easy for all of us to understand. Like in layman's word, in layman's English, he explains things that the last time we talked about tenants
tenants
and landlords and all the forth and back and forth regarding rent, notice, and all of that. So today we'll be talking about breach of promise to marry. So, sir,
Yeah.
to start off, what, how would you explain breach of promise to marry according to the law and in a way that we all that are not lawyers will understand?
You all that are educated but not learned. Well, basically, we must look at the aspect of marriage. Marriage is, when you talk of marriage, nowadays things have changed. So we must explain that this marriage we're talking about is between a man and a woman, not the other aspect that people are taking it to be around.
Yeah.
So we're talking about marriage between a man and a woman. First, if we're talking of marriage, there must be consent. There must be an agreement. There must be a willingness to go into marriage. So once that is being done, then we'll look at the next step of it, which is now the promise, which we are trying to look at. When somebody promises another that he will marry her or she will marry him, and they all agree, they all make preparations, they all contacted their parents in our African way. They go to their village and they gather all the village people, and everything is being done. A date is being fixed, and that person believes the other partner that yes, is going to get married to her or she's going to get married to him, and all everything, call relatives, buy a shiri and everything done. only for the other person to wake up one day and say, I'm no longer interested.
Sure.
In our local way, we say, serve her or serving breakfast.
Yeah.
So, in that manner, that is where breach of promise to marriage comes in, which is punishable. Honestly, it's punishable under the law. Our law provides for it. Sometimes a lot of things happen like that, and then what will happen? Most times it is the ladies, though even we the guys also feel it. Sometimes the lady will just wake up and say, I'm not interested in you, and then it's like that. So in that situation, when things happen like this, like I always say, you don't sit down and die in self-pity. My own don't finish. My people will laugh at me. I cannot do anything again. I can't even go out of my room. That's not the position. That's not the posture to take. There are remedies the law provides for you that you can get back, or rather, you can take your pound of flesh on the other person that disappoints you. The law provides you with that option. So you don't just have to sit down. Not that the law is going to force the person to marry you.
Okay.
No.
So what will the Lord do? I think at that point, what the person wants is marriage. And if marriage is not happening, what exactly is the law going to do?
The law will only compensate you, because there are some things that the law cannot force somebody to do or cannot bring back to one. Only the thing the law will do is to compensate.
Okay.
Compensate you for what that person has done. The law is going to ask him to pay monetary damages to you for as compensation. It's going to look at the law. The court is going to look at the quantum of damages, the quantum of disappointment, the level of disgrace and things you've gone through, the trauma you've gone through, psychological. Yeah, the law is going to look at it and then quantify it in monetary terms. And so, okay.
So, if, for example, now two people are in a relationship,
Yeah.
cutting, and they've been in a relationship for like 10 years. Okay, let's say 7 years. And the guy, because guys do know how to do this thing very well.
Why, guys? Ladies do so now.
Most guys do it a lot. Not to concern me. Most guys,
okay,
they will now go and impregnate somebody else, that kind of thing, or marry someone else, and the lady will just see an invitation card. That level of disappointment,
yes,
wasting her time for that long, is it compared to someone that has been in a relationship or committed for 2 years? Is it?
Yeah, the thing is, somebody may be in a relationship for like 10 years, which is very unusual. For like 10 years in a relationship, trying to get married to somebody, and then all of a sudden that person will disappoint that person. And another perspective, somebody will be in a relationship maybe just for a year, but the level of commitment and investment, I would say, put in that, the person that has spent 10 years may not have done what that person within 1 year has done. So what the law will look at is what kind of thing, what kind of commitment, what level of investment and involvement you've been in that relationship, that the law will quantify. Maybe that of 10 years is just maybe around just hanging on, let him finish what he's doing and then they'll go. While that of 1 year, she might have sponsored him in school. Jesus. She might have built a house for him, bought a car for him. So the level of involvement is what the law will, the law will look at and then say, okay, for this person, this is what we can offer. For this one, this is what we can offer as compensation, so that you pick up with your life and go on.
Okay, so what are the valid proofs you have to bring to the law for them to take action? Some people might just cook up things.
Yeah.
Oh, he cheated. He said he's not doing anymore after all my investments. So what are those things that someone can bring that are valid, that the law says that this is valid?
Yeah, of course, definitely. You just don't wake up one day and start cooking up stories. It's very possible. So what the law will always observe or investigate to find out is, was there actually a promise? and who were the witnesses when such promises were made, and then what have you in the relationship projected to the public that the public will see. Probably whenever they see you, they see her. Wherever you are, she's there. And then her people know you, her friends know you, and everywhere. Everybody just conclude Yawo and what's it called? Oko. Yeah, so it's like that. Or is it that it's just between the two of you that knows that you're in a relationship? So you must prove to the court that yes, he has deceived you to the extent that everybody around knows that you are in a relationship. And then probably have gone to the extent of even committing you by probably engaging you, maybe in a dramatic way, engagement, surprise, or in someone's wedding, and then
everybody knows
about it. So, and if you're able to prove that, and you're able to bring up witnesses that will show that yes, this is what we thought this man is going to marry her, or this lady is going to marry this man, and we all believe in what they were doing, and then all of a sudden it's off in the air, then definitely the judge will have to look at it. So you need to have witnesses, and if there are evidences, maybe written agreements.
Written agreement.
Well,
Such love relationship.
They say love is blind, so the blindness will make you not even write those agreement. In Africa, when you ask a man, okay, we're in a relationship, okay, let's put it down in writing that you're going to marry me. I bet you the next day that man will leave you.
Exactly. He will leave.
I don't know why we are afraid of agreements in Africa, especially Nigeria.
Does Nigerian law recognize breach of promise to marry in civil law?
Sure. The Evidence Act is very open with that. It is there in the Evidence Act, actually, where there's a breach of promise to marry.
Why don't they tell us all these things?
It is, the problem with us, they say Nigerians, we don't read.
Right.
And it's very true, we don't read. This is something that has been there for decades, and then most of us, we just don't, even some of the lawyers, it is when it happens now that they'll just quickly go through to get them. But it is there, actually. It is there. When there's a breach of promise to marry, you're able to prove it. Honestly, you will be compensated. So people don't read. We don't read. We feel, okay, it's for the lawyers, so let them pick it up. Let them read it. You can read the law books yourself, except when you don't understand. You can meet somebody to explain to you what it means. But it is there.
Okay.
Long ago.
Yeah. Okay, there are some people. What about people that should I spouses to be or partners to be? They propose, and then the guy or the lady now lies about maybe their genotype, or they hide a particular disease they have just because they want to get married. What if at a day to the wedding, or weeks to the wedding, or a month to the wedding,
they hide their child?
Their child, and then the lady finds out,
or the guy finds out.
Or the guy finds out. Is that also a breach of promise to marry?
That's not a breach of promise. As a matter of fact, it's even fraud
Good.
against the person that hid the real story. The real truth. Because honestly, anything built on fraud can be vitiated, can just be taken off. Even if they've married and then the man discovered, or the lady discovered later on, that this man didn't reveal to me who truly he is or who truly she is, that person can file for a divorce and then opt out of the marriage, and then nothing can stop that.
Would there be a compensation for them?
No. Because actually, except probably there could be prison term.
Really?
Yeah, because it's a fraud. Fraud is a criminal offense.
True.
When you deceive somebody, it's a criminal offense, actually. So if you're found guilty, it may not be monetary compensation. Now it may be prison term. That person may go to prison because it's going to be a criminal offense. It's no longer civil now. So when somebody lies about his status or his position to deceive somebody to get married to that person, honestly, it's criminal in nature. And if found guilty can lead to prison term. So there's no point in lying to deceive somebody that you're being who you are not.
If we're taking all of these things serious, so if we all have an idea about all of these things, they'll be taking commitments seriously and being sincere.
I agree with you.
Most of us, especially in Nigeria, feel they can just walk away, do anything and walk away with it. They just do what they want to do and walk away.
Yeah, unfortunately, mostly men, though even the ladies, I think they partake in this.
Yeah.
Breaking the hearts of, or it's more prevalent with the men breaking the hearts of the ladies.
True.
Out of 10, you may find 3 or 2 that are ladies. But that of the ladies seems to be more painful than that of the man. When a lady breaks a man's heart, it takes the grace of God for the man to pick up and then forget the lady in his heart and then continue. But truly, the bottom line is there's no point lying to deceive somebody to get married, and there's no point hiding whatever needs to be done or the true person you are to somebody you're intending to get married to. And then if you're not really truthful about getting married to somebody, don't even try it to promise that person you're going to get married to that person, because now that people are getting to know, I think it will really curtail some of these things.
For someone that is watching this and they now have it in mind to take that person to court, what are the steps to take?
When somebody breaks the promise to marry, it's very the court that is having jurisdiction to hear that is the High Court. Is the High Court. You just need to contact a lawyer, and then he will file a case for you about that breach of promise to marry. And then definitely once it is being filed, you just come with your evidences, give him all the narration of what transpired. He knows how to prepare the court processes and then file it in court. Then they will serve the what do we call him? Promise breaker. They will serve the respondents in this matter, the court processes. And he also will have to go and get his own lawyer, probably to file a defense if he's having one or if she's having one. If he's not having or she's not having any defense, then judgment will be given against the respondent. And whatever the judges decide to give, that's what will be the compensation that will be given to the lady.
Nobody goes to prison.
No. Once it is a promise to marry, it's a civil matter, it's a civil in nature. So definitely they will not take anybody to prison. All civil matters ends with compensation.
No.
That's just what it is.
Okay, so is there a specific amount when the compensation, is there a specific amount that is given or
the amount. Now, if we say this is the amount, I think it will make a lot of people to start thinking, why should I even marry? Let me do something so that they will break the promise. But certainly, there's no specific amount tied to the compensation. It depends on what the judge feels like this is commensurating the involvement of the party in the relationship and the quantum of disgrace and disappointment received by the breaking of the promise. And then the court will just look at it and then.
All right. If this person fails to pay this compensation, is there a rule or what the person must do? If you don't do this, this is what will happen. And also, is there boundaries? Because there are some persons that can be very wicked and go ahead to harm the other person, the other party. Maybe the promise breaker has paid a large amount and it's paid. Yes, it's paid. I might have something evil at heart to do. Is there this boundary, maybe a principle or law that the court gives to keep the other person safe?
At bay, yeah. Right now, like the first question you put in, like, is there, if somebody the respondent fails to pay what the court asks him or her to pay, what can be done? There are many ways to execute judgments in court. There's what we call garnishee proceeding in court.
What?
Garnishee.
Okay.
Garnishee proceeding. Now, this is...
So,
well, that's why I want to break it down so that I don't want to bring all this jargon. Now, this garnishee proceeding is where a judgment is given against somebody and he refused to pay, maybe a monetary judgment, like this one in this case, where money is given as compensation for breach of promise to marry, and then the person refused to pay. You know the person is having an account with a bank.
Yes.
You know the account number, you know the bank. The only thing you need to do is to come through garnishee proceeding. This is what we're going to do now. You're going to now bring the number of the account, the bank, and then sue that bank in court. Yes, that's what you're going to do. You're going to sue that bank. That's the procedure that, okay, this bank, this man is having an account with you. From his money in your custody, remove so amount and bring it to the court. So whatever amount is being stated, the court gives you as the compensation. You can state it there that this is, let's say the court is giving you 50 million as compensation, and that man is having like 20, or let's say he's having 51 million in his own account. So what is in that account is sufficient to clear that. So you just tell the bank, the court is saying remove 50 million and bring it to the court. So he is there thinking, well, she will not have the money, or he will not have the money. You just see debit alert. Definitely. The bank will have to withdraw the money, come and give to the court, while the court now will transmit it to you as the compensation. That's one aspect of it. Okay. Now, if he doesn't have an account, or the money in the account is less than, it's not sufficient to clear that, they will withdraw what is in the account straight also and bring what is there. Let's say he's having just 1 million in the account, or reward 1 million and bring to the court. And then now, if he's having property, you can go after the properties as well. He's having a car, he's having a house, having a plot of land. You can go after the property. The court will go and auction those properties. See if the money also will compensate, and then they'll add it and pay. Yeah. So there are so many ways to kill a rat. So there are so many ways to enforce judgment of the court. So when he is not willing to pay and is having money, there are so many ways to go about it and get it from him.
Second question.
And then the second question about creating a boundary, protective boundary, so that person will not have... Well, if that person is becoming violent, now it is for you or the person that is being threatened or feels threatened to quickly go to the police, because it's the police that will provide the needed security and also whatever it means. If it means arresting the person and taking him back to court, the police will do that and take him back to court. That's where probably there will be what is called an agreement, that he might, even at the police station, he might write an agreement to stay away from you, not to do anything that will be harmful to the person. Other than that, I think the police will have to arrest him and take him to court. It's going to be a criminal offense that may...
Okay, so seeing that this breach of promise to marry is a very serious... I never knew it's this serious. I'm just getting to know. So I believe you guys are also getting to learn. So what about people that they're in a relationship, maybe a toxic relationship? You know, I've heard stories, real life stories of people that are in toxic relationships, they don't want to go, and in the process of them being in that relationship, maybe they lose their eye, they lost an eye, they lost maybe an arm, because, or maybe from the guy beats the lady, or the lady beats the guy.
That's what I'm here.
There are ladies that beat guys. The lady beats the guy, and then, you know, maybe she lost, or he or she lost the part of their body, and then at the end of the day, either of them, maybe the guy says he's no longer doing again, he doesn't want to marry, and you guys agreed to get married, and then what? And even after this person is aware that the breach of promise to marry is an offense, but the person say lie, I don't want that, you must marry me. How would that case be handled? And what about the ones that run out of the country? They said, I'm not getting married to you, and then they just relocate, change everything about themselves. How would that?
Even in marriage, that's the one, marriage final. It's not a relationship. When it turns violent, it's just enough ground for divorce. If the spouse turns violent, it's enough ground for divorce. Not to talk of a relationship. Now, if it's just courtship or relationship, and then the other spouse is becoming violent, and then it's a toxic relationship where you don't have your freedom. You're not free when your spouses are not spouse now, because it's a relationship. Yes. So when your partner, if I may use that word, is around or is not around, and then it's very easy, just opt out of it, because that is not, even when there's a promise to marry, and then this is the kind of energies protruding to you, it's better you just opt out of it. It's going to be a very good defense, even if he's filing or she's filing that you broke her heart or breach of promise. It's a toxic relationship. So the court will not support you to continue in that toxicity and then kill yourself. No. So violence is a very good ground. It's a very good defense. When I told you initially that if the person files for breach of promise to marry, you will have to take it to your lawyer. If there's a defense, you can put up a defense. The defense can just be that it's a violent kind of relationship and you're not interested in it. That's why you have to break the promise. And the court will say, it's better, just go.
So
everybody find your way.
That the person that files the
must
win the case. Or
it's not always necessary like that, except if you have good grounds. And if the other person is having a better ground and reason, he will just win the case, and then they'll tell you, sorry. Go and wallop in your self-pity. Yeah.
But there are people that are like, they are in that relationship. They know it's toxic, but they don't want to leave. And then at the end of the day, the person says, I'm not getting married to you. And they want the person to, I must marry you. You must marry me.
Don't threaten now.
I can change, he will change definitely. Or even with the toxicity, I love him like that. So
that one, I think we need to trace their village and appease the gods of the village to set that person free. Because if that kind of energy, you're seeing it, and I know it's possible, it's happening. You see, I once visited a friend, and then we were discussing. Then I had somebody crying in the other room. What is happening? I said, forget these people. Now, so then just did. The guy would beat the lady, and she would come up and leave the house. After a day or two, she would still come back. And that's how it has been. Say, we don't tire with them. I beg, leave them. So there are people like that they know that this is a toxic relationship. They know that they are suffering, but they feel I can change him, or I can change her, or whatever it is. Honestly, that kind of situation is pathetic, actually. To me, I would say that person needs a kind of psychological analysis, and then probably therapy, so that they can bring that person right to right thinking. Because love is not madness, actually. You need to think. Though sometimes the thinking go to sleep, but you need to be sure that you can think. Because if it is that violent and then you are still insisting, that kind of person, I think, needs therapy, honestly.
All right. To protect oneself from all of this drama, not even getting to the part of filing a case, going to court, how can partners or spouses, how can they protect themselves from getting to the point of going to court? Is it writing an agreement?
Law is very, very, sometimes it's very straight. Sometimes what we think is right in the eyes of the law may not be right. So in situation like this, it is left for one to understand the dynamics of whatever kind of relationship is getting into. Because the law will not say, okay, you must marry this person. No. Or you must divorce this person. No. Once the people involving understand themselves from the start, and as the going gets on, if there are changes you notice in your spouse or in your partner, it is better you opt out of the relationship. Don't let it go too far that you promise yourself, because the law will not say, okay, you must write an agreement that you marry this or marry that. It will not be too legalistic that you write an agreement that me and you must marry. If you do not marry me, the law will not actually give more credence to that kind of agreement, actually. But if there's that agreement and it's tendered before the court will have to look at it and see, okay, what are the things that will make, even with this agreement, that this person is breaking out of the agreement? What is it? Probably there's that violence, or there's that infidelity, or there's no trust. These are things that the court will say, okay, this agreement cannot stand. But the best thing is not to have it that legalistic by drafting an agreement. It will be better if there's that trust and there's that love and there's that understanding. That's the best thing.
And with what you're saying,
yeah,
it's possible that, thinking as a Nigerian now, it's possible that someone can bring false evidences. If they maybe yes, or this person does drugs, and bring false reports from a hospital.
Yeah.
This person beats me, and the person does something, right? And false witnesses. Since the court works with evidence, it's possible that the other party can win.
Well, whoever is coming up with evidences to prove before the court, you two will have to come with your evidences to disprove that. Yeah, because this court of a thing is not just a magic. You come with your own evidence, I come with my own, and we tender it before the judge. Now the judge will evaluate both and see which one is likely to be the truth. That's what the judge does. Which one is likely to be the truth? He's not there. It's what you told him and what you're also telling him that he will say, okay, let me compare the two and see which one is likely the truth. Okay, this seems to be the truth. Okay, what is the law saying? Even though it is the truth, but is the law in line with what they are saying? If the law is different from what you are saying, even you having the truth, you will follow the law. Yes. So this is what the judge will do. So actually, if you come up, there are people that may come up with framed up charges and then stories and get witnesses to back them up. It is left for the other party now to come up with the true perspective of what happened, so that the judge now will look at it and say, okay, these people now lie on they lie, and then give judgment. But if he fails to come with something like that, definitely the judge will work with what is before him or her and then give judgment.
So, in other words, court is evidence for evidence.
Sure. Word for word, evidence for evidence. Just give. But just be truthful about whatever is transpiring, and then allow your lawyer to finish whatever is there. So that you, with your own truth, you'll not be sent to prison, or you'll not be asked to pay compensation. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, sir.
It's always a pleasure.
We've learned so much from this, and you will not be allowing all those people giving you heartbreak to go scot-free. Okay? There is always room for. All right, before we wrap this up, can you give our audience encouragement?
Very, very truthful. I think it is needful, actually, because there are a lot of people that must have gone through this. Some are going through. Some will go through. Because it is an unending thing, actually. But it is better when we get this awareness and when we are told about this thing, we know what to do. Especially you that is a heartbreaker, you will know that you can't go scot-free. And you that you have been heartbroken, you also know that you can be compensated. And that will serve as a deterrence to such further occurrences. So honestly, if you're going into a relationship, before you make promises, before you even let people start getting to know about who this person is and getting too deep into the relationship about marriages, be sure you do your research. Is it research or search on that person before you get too deep involved in it, so that you will know when this person is this person capable of being my husband or my wife? Will I be willing to spend the rest of my life with this person? Or what kind of attitude is this person having? Be sure you do your search about that person all around, his friends, his family, and everything, before you get yourself committed. So that at the end of the day, this will not happen. And if actually you have done all this search, and then this person still turn around to break your heart, then you should know that you can take this person to court. You should have that mind to do it. Because some of us will say, let him go or let her go. Leave them with God. Leave them with God is what is making this country to suffer so many things. Yeah. When you're supposed to penalize somebody, punish somebody, or to take somebody to court, you say, leave him. I know God is the ultimate, actually.
Most of the time when they are punished, they won't get to try it again.
They won't get to try it again. And it will save others from falling into the same, from that kind of hurting situation. So it is better when you're when they break the promise to marry you, take that person to court so that person will face whatever is there. But you must have your evidence to prove. Yeah. Otherwise, you go and suffer double heartbreak. Jesus. And then so just have your evidences around you, get your witnesses around you, whatever you've spent, if there are things that you have spent, if you have invested, especially I know it is men that always invest in the ladies. So I paid her school fees, I paid from nursery school. From nursery school to university, and then she just graduated. So mostly it's more men invest more than ladies actually in situations like this. But that doesn't mean that men also don't break the lady's heart or vice versa. Whichever it is, just be sure that you can be compensated once you are able to prove before the court that there is this breach of promise to marry. And then also, if the other spouse is lying about the promise, you can have your own witnesses, you can have your own evidence to prove before the court that that is not the true position. The true position is this, and the court will just look at it. So overall, I just pray that there will be sincerity in whatever relationship one finds himself in it. Because without sincerity, this will lead to all this kind of altercation that will lead to this breach of promises. That's just what I would say to people.
While you were talking, I remembered a story that happened some time back, and it was all over social media. Okay, not really concerning marriage. This guy sent money to a lady to come and visit him. And she did not come. And I guess he took her to court, and they asked her to pay 3 times the amount he sent to her. So, is there, apart from marriage now, is there a term breach of promise? Apart from marriage, because that's not breach of promise to marry, right? Relationship with someone. I mean, that one is fraud.
that one is even cheating. It is obtaining by misrepresentation. It's a criminal offense, honestly, because they can charge you, and then that person can go to prison. Because that's all the truth. You deceive somebody to collect money. Is more in our local parlance we say 419. You deceive, okay, send me transport money or send me money, I will come. And then before you know it, the line is not going and stuff like that. It's fraud, obtaining by pretense. It's a criminal offense, actually. Honestly, it's a criminal offense. It's just that we take things too lightly.
Lightly.
Yes. But if it's taken, it's just like cheating and obtaining by fraud. And if one is taken, one would stand the chance of either going to prison or asked to pay fine.
Fine. Okay.
And then if the judge is trying to be mean, they say, okay, just go to prison and rest for 6
Whoa.
months and come back.
That's good.
And then pay the person the money he gave you or she gave you. So it's not just let me play him or let me play her.
Yeah.
If they know it now, they will have to stop it. Because
Good.
if you know you're not coming, just I'm not coming. Don't collect the money and then ghost the
I think they
person.
are wise.
Ah, it's really not good,
Wow.
actually.
Thank you so much.
You're very much welcome.
Okay, I've learned a lot.
A lot has been learned.
Thank you so much, sir.
It's always a pleasure
We
to
love
be
us
here.
to share this video to our friends, especially that friend that is sulking somewhere now crying. Can take that person to court, high court, right?
Yeah, it's the high court.
Especially. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for staying up to this moment. Thank you, sir.
You're very much.
This
It's always a pleasure to be here.
We hope to see more of you. There's still a lot to
Anytime.
talk about, though.
Anytime.
Watch out. All right, see you in our next episode. Bye.